Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing, sexy Cossacks Back to War, where I continue on with one of the greatest real-time strategy games, to the greatest real-time strategy game of all time, Cossacks, and its series, the entirety of its series, Cossacks 2, American Conquest, the spin-off Cossacks 3, to me, dear to my heart like nothing else. Well, like Southern Strike, like Southern Strike series. So continuing on with mission number 3, Turkish Stronghold. The war against Turkey continues. The allies and your command cannot help but admire your successful actions. The decision was made to promote you and assign you a new sector of the front. As in the previous campaign, the main objective is to protect Christian lands and annihilate the Turkish barbarians. And so we shall. So this is the actual mission I was talking in a previous video. That it is like there's gonna be a specific mission where we might do certain stuff. There's a stronghold thing. I think that I know exactly how I actually explain it, but nonetheless, this is the one because I was mixing that with the Swedish frontier, and Swedish frontier and the Turkish stronghold are actually one of the more difficult ones to deal because all of these missions are you with small force, as I said many times previously, against a bigger badass force, right? Usually in Spec Ops kind of thingy, which is amazing, of course. Let's continue on into the start and see how this all develops. Now, there is a big reason why I'm actually back and doing these videos for Cossacks specifically, because I think, you know, there are certain games out there that deserve as much love as they can get, but they don't. And I'm so sad because there's like, I'm sad that there are so many amazing really great freaking Let's Players and all that stuff, but most of them, they've never heard about Cossack games and stuff like that, right? And there's so many games out there that deserve as much love and as much promotion, so to speak, to just, hey, look, this is an amazing game, play it. And this is the, you know, it's one of the things that annoys me the most, because I'm a very small channel and I can't help GSC in any shape or form except buying their games and doing these small videos and hope it's gonna help them, at least, you know, like morale wise, if nothing else. And you know, like, hey, there is someone who cares about our games. I'm a massive fan of GSC games. I love the Stalkers, I love the Cossacks, I adore their games. Of course, the Stalker series is much more popular than the Cossack games. Many people don't even care for Cossack because of the Stalker being much bigger brand and all that. And to me, that's just a sad notion, because Cossacks is what made, to me, GSC so special, because their games are, all of them are unique. Each of their games, if you even see the Stalker games, they are a little bit same thing, a different formula. A little bit. And comes also with the Cossacks 1 and 2 and 3, and of course the American Conquest and Heroes of Annihilated Empires. Again, an amazing fantasy game RTS with the Cossacks engine, specifically Cossacks 2 engine, if I'm mistaken. Nonetheless, I'm gonna do as much as possible when it comes to Cossacks to show off why I adore these games, and hope at least someone will say, well, that's a good looking game and I understand why you love it, Demon, so let's maybe get the game, try it for ourselves and play it. Now, mind you, again, always go with GOG version when it comes to older games, better support, and you also additionally gain wallpapers, soundtracks, manuals and all the good stuff that you don't really get with Steam version of the games. So I always advise older games on GOG and only GOG. There's so many little things they add that it's very important. At least for me, I like those little things. So as I said, I have all of these games here and on GOG. I'm currently actually playing it here, but when it comes, if I ever do Cossacks 2, ever do American Conquest and all that, they're gonna be on GOG platform probably. I'm gonna be doing them. Just, you know, like, respect here a little bit, respect over there a little bit, all these things where these games are. But nonetheless, there is a small fishing village to the southeast. Soon major Ottoman forces will pass through it. You must reach the settlement as soon as possible and arrange an ambush there. Now this could be a little bit longer mission. Let me first see if we are in the fast mode. Yes, we are. Okay, now we are in a slow mode. So here we have a big force. We have around 10,000 food. We have some gold, 7,000. Trickling down slowly because of our howitzer and possibly our main commander, which if he dies, everything ends as in previous missions. Iron, we have 17,000 and coal 20,000. Nobody's yet utilizing those at the moment. Control 2 for the musketeers, as I tend to go always. Control 1 for my spikemen. And of course, you can see again, they are as basic as they can get. At the moment, we have no probable formations, even though we do have a drummer and we have sort of a general, which is actually a more neutral unit you cannot build in the game. It's kind of a unit, special unit, as in certain RTS games. And of course, as always, the drummer is a best scouting unit for the Cossacks game, in the Cossack games. Well, specifically Cossacks 1 and 3. Commanders also, which is a nice notion that the also commanders do have a beautiful sight, kind of silent strike-ish again. I like because when Cossacks 1 got released, Southern Strike again. I think 2001. I think Soundstrike and Cossack got released, right? I think that Soundstrike was 2001 or 2000. Some of those, right? And it's the same company that actually published them, CDV, the German company, if I'm not mistaken. They're both from the same publisher, that is. Of course, different developers, but same publisher. And again, it had its own kind of a charm to it, to be honest. So here we have a bunch of brigands, terroristas, that is. We have some Austrian musketeers with the armor and some pikemen holding this village hostage. Let's move in. Slowly but surely with the musketeers, open fire as soon as possible, if they dare, and they do. Sir, there is a village of bandits ahead. They often rob our pack horses. It's high time accounts were settled with them, and that's exactly what we shall be doing. As soon as we get into position, open fire, prepare our pikemen, if need be, to start raping and pillaging these bastards while our musketeers are doing their job. We do have 118 musketeers, so basically we have enough to wipe out most of them. You have captured the abandoned settlement and replenished your supplies. Let's see exactly how many supplies we really get. We have 8,000, 9,000 food, all this gold. Let's see what we gain. We actually gained a lot of food. And that's basically food, which is important, of course, as we have no farms whatsoever and we need to feed our peoples. And in this mission, we will not actually have that opportunity to have farms. Well, unless I do a certain thing, that is, in the game. And I'm probably gonna play the same way I did this when I played at my own time. Move in with the musketeers. They're just gonna rape everybody inside and we capture the storehouse. In certain missions, of course, storehouse tend to be specific points where you can actually get possible supplies. That way kind of help you in the missions, like in the French missions for the original European wars. Let's control 0 our commander, the general himself. Move in with the pikemen. We could go around, to be honest, though you can see some ravines and all that good stuff, but we are not in any hurry. We have, again, we have captured the blacksmith. Not gonna be useful here because it's the Austrian blacksmith. Applies only to the Austrian units. We only have Saxony units, and that means that they're gonna be pretty much useless, the upgrades themselves. The howitzers control 3. Did I press control 3 before? No, I did not. And of course, the drummer. You know what? The drummer can go on to control 0 as the general himself. Control 0. Thank you very much. And we're gonna slowly move in. Again, looking again, I have to just emphasize that every faction has the unique buildings. And that way you always know when you're fighting someone, oh, that's the Austrian building, this is the Turkish building, and all that stuff, right? That's such a cool thing. Of course, as I said previously, not every unit has like this, like the same look, or many of them do. Like those, as I said, these pikemen tend to have usually European nations that is have same type of pikemen, but Polish do not have the same pikemen, nor the Russians, for instance. And of course, with the Scotland added in the beautiful Cossacks 3, they also have their own looking pikemen. I like the diversity there. It's a very unique, again, to the games that they put a lot of work to. I mean, this is an artist that had to take time to develop all these beautiful sprites in detail as much as possible, and they are so beautifully detailed. And remember, when you get the different level of resolution, you get up closer and closer to these sprites and see the exact detail. And of course, you can see them in the artworks and specifically in the screenshots of the older game. Oh, sorry, of the older times, that is, back when the games were supposed to be released. Is there anything else? Nothing of importance. At the moment we will leave these walls. These walls we will have to take down as soon as possible. Well, not at the moment, because upkeep on the wood is massive because of these walls. If I actually succeed in capturing the enemy stronghold in some way or another, we will actually be able to build Janissaries, build the Ottoman pikemen and all that. But that will be for down the part, because you really need to do this. The attack that will come soon enough is going to be a devastating attack in general. A massive attack by the Ottoman units, as we have to defend this village, this fishing village, that is. We have to defend the damnable thing. That means a lot of enemy units are gonna just die here, and of course including our own. You encounter Godmen who have stayed from their Kohora. They wish to join you for 1000 in gold. Sure. Awesome, beautiful. We gained some cavalry guard of Saxony, 16 damage, and they actually have a proper armor on them, as you can see here. 5 armor against swords, 4 against arrows, 1 against pikes, understandable. 10 again, Cav tends to be very weak against pikes in general. 3 against those grape shot thingies. We have the musket fire and for cannonballs themselves. But again, 5 against sword and 4 against arrows. Because here the Ottomans tend to utilize the archers quite a bit. That's gonna be a little bit useful. Look, comparing them to 1 on our pikemen and 4, it's a big difference. A very nice big difference. Okay, let's move with the Cav. Cav is now gonna be control 3. That really doesn't matter, but still. Control 4 the howitzers. Let's move in with the pikemen slowly but surely. And I was talking about the art. I mean, you really need time to do all this art. I mean, just for every nation, there are 16 nations if I'm not mistaken in total. I could be lying, but I know there are a lot of nations with the Back to War and all that, and of course also in Cossacks 3, a huge chunk of nations. You'd have to do the modeling and all that crap, whatever it really goes into the texturing and all. Just imagine the work it goes into getting all of these things in order. It's amazing. And that's why I adore Cossacks, is that most people just miss, like, oh, they're the old graphics, right? They just say, it's just like, wow, like, to me it's like the slap in the face for every artist that actually did any type of art for games before the 3D became the thing, right? And the funny thing is, all those 3D games today, in 10 years from now, 50 years from now, are gonna be shit looking games beyond belief. While this game is gonna be still having a beautiful thing to it, you know, that beautiful charm to it, the graphics and all that, it is lost because today indie scene has no way in hell of comparing these graphics to their own. Like, this is like a lost art. In all honesty, it's like a lost art. Let's move with musketeers up from there, prepared to open fire upon the bastards if need be. Again, a lot of Austrian units here. We'll be utilizing everything, but still, let's go around. Excellent, open fire. They're not bunched up together. Let's attack. 5 defense, there goes one of our cavalry guards. Move in. Move in, attack with everything you have, people. Excellent. Beautiful. You have vanquished a small gang of brigands and discovered a stock of ammunition at the storehouse. I don't know if I actually mentioned also, when you do the missions and you actually want to make missions for this game, you have these types of artwork that you can add your messages to, like this, and it's awesome. I love it. Okay, so we did lose quite a few of our cavalry guard, but not one musketeer though. Not one musketeer died. Awesome. Because they're gonna be quite needed if we're gonna do what I really want to do here. You know, like the distance and slowly sudden strike-ish stuff, so I can capture the enemy town halls and all that. We really need the freaking musketeers. Again, they have no armor whatsoever, and down the line we'll get a little bit of group of very special 18th century units. So there is that. But first we have to survive this, and this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Let's go with our own hero over here. Let's move slowly but surely. Excellent. Let's move our howitzer, which are very far away. We'll wait for them first and foremost before entering the village, as this is gonna be one of those points where I need the howitzer definitely. Excellent. We'll wait it out a little bit. We can do Control D, of course, to speed up as much as possible, just for this little moment. I didn't want to utilize it, but I'm just gonna wait it now here until our howitzers are in the position. Over here we can see some janissaries. Turkey, 55 health, like the light infantry. 55 health, no armor whatsoever. Again, Turkey, Algeria don't have actual armored units of any kind. In Cossacks 3 they actually did get armored Spachs. So there is that, but it's only in Cossacks 3. Again, it's a reboot, remake, remaster, whatever of the Back to War, the game we are looking at this very moment. So there is that. Control D back into the Posizione, and let's move slowly but surely with our forces. And of course, our main hero. We'll have to talk with that horseman. Finally, you are here. The Turks are already nearby. Take our people and artillery. Arrange a defense by the eastern gates of the village. And remember, our lives are in your hands. Well, that's a beautiful thing to know. Okay, let's move our troops over here. Let's get all of our howitzers over here. We need every single thing in terms of howitzers, cannons, and all that. Let's position. Every soldier over here to the side, please. To the side. Excellent. I want my pikemen over here onto defense of this little point. Because when the enemy start utilizing their own howitzers, it's gonna be a bad mojo all around. And I don't want to be there with everything. And hopefully the durability of our units is gonna, well, that is our artillery is gonna be fine and dandy. Let's position our units like this. Spread them out. Musketeers by the auto, well, will immediately fall back slowly but surely away. Let's position you over here. Thank you very much. Spread out our troops. Let's save, because this is the point where we will lose a lot. And I do mean a lot of troops. Spread them out over here. Get those Austrian troops over here. Musketeers, beautiful musketeers. Leave our main commander behind. Excellent. We'll position some of our ever so amazing cannons for that grape shot attack, and hopefully it's gonna work fine. They'll open fire. Kill many enemy units. And what do they have? A lot of spearmen. And of course, ever so amazing cannons, which do hefty damage. Like this. Excellent. We'll just charge in with the cav. I think this is a good position. Hopefully they don't really immediately take our cannon as they charge in. And here they come. We have some Spachs. 340 health points, by the way. Very tough unit, even with no armor. Of course, Janissaries behind. Open fire. Howitzers opening fire. Well, our cannon opened auto fire upon them. It did nothing. Excellent. You see the damage inflicted? Charge in. Charge in. Do not allow them to capture anything. Oh my god, unbelievable. This actually went better than the first time I played. Oh my god, I like the utilizing of the grape shot attack is something that works well or doesn't. And this time, my god, they just whammed a huge chunk of units like nothing. That's beautiful. Excellent, the enemy squad has been annihilated. Now destroy a Turkish fortress to the southwest. And with this, immediately the enemy actually loses all their cannons with a fail attack. But doesn't lose this beautiful Janissary that actually wiped out one of our cavalry guard. This is a-okay, by the way, my friends. This is actually amazing. I like, oh my god. We might actually do this even a proper way. Well, proper way. We could slowly annihilate, but I want to do it the same way I did it previous. To build the forces with the enemy units. That's just cool enough for me. Okay, so there is absolutely nothing for us on the right side. I think at least, I truly only explored the northern point, and there was absolutely nothing. But there are a few enemy Janissary units and pikemen on completely the right side. Never saw the entire bottom, so I have no idea if there might be something of use for us out there. But at the moment, this is as is. We still don't get any of the peasantry or any of the buildings and all that here in this fishing village. So we get no food supply of any kind, which is a sad thing. Your reinforcement? No, you receive reinforcements to help you assault the fortress. Excellent. And this reinforcement come in the best possible way, which are the grenadiers, and you can see immediately 100 health points, 22 pike attack, that is the bayonet attack, and 12 damage. This is beautiful. Excellent. Also, if we're gonna go with actually building stuff, we definitely need wood to clear all the wood, all the barricades, all the palings, that is, immediately. But we shall see how that's gonna go for us. Is there not one possible way of me gaining food? Because food is going down heavily. I'll have to even kill some of my units to actually do this. We'll see how that's gonna go. Let's first and foremost position our 78 men. Holy crap, 78 men. That's a lot of men that died. A lot of men that actually died. Excellent. Let's position you over here. Let's get the musketeers, that is the Austrian ones, over here. I'm gonna actually make them all into one squad, so to speak. I have my beautiful cannons, 7 beautiful cannons, but the gold is trickling down heavily. I'm gonna save here, wait for the grenadiers to come, and the next time, more love, more drugs, and ever so amazing Cossacks Back to War Saxony campaign. I have to assault this massive fortress. My gold is trickling down, my food is trickling down. That means I definitely have to do it my way, otherwise we're gonna get fudged. Because this is not the fort that I have that can actually do this, all this, take the entire fortress without losing all of them. I wish you the very best. Next time, more love, more drugs, and more Cossacks Back.